welcome. Everything's black. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. I got a lot of birds. Welcome. Everything's black. Y'all can tonight I'm gonna do a show on two people who I think have a misunderstanding, and in the book what's the real right one, expose some of the black leadership and give us some more insight on what happened, more about what happened during the time where we're dealing with right. It was on the toxic case, but she named it to unwind. So, anyway, much respect to toxic case was right now we're going to talk about what happened This is what happened last week, so I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and see what the arguments was about. All right, let's kick it off.
Like what you're doing, how you're riding the wave of mainstream media against Corey Holcomb because of envy, because you know what I'm saying? If I said it, it's the truth. I gotta make an example out of this. I said something against this guy that came up to our show. His name, I'm gonna take the chance and say his name. His name was the lead attorney. I said something about him because I saw him say, oh, Corey said it's okay for me to talk to his lawyer. Now, ever since I said what I said about the lead attorney, I haven't seen him say anything back. And it is my opinion. The reason he didn't say anything back because I didn't lie on him. I did not give him permission to talk to my attorney about nothing. And he said I did. And I believe he saw that and knows that to be true, which is why he isn't going all out his way to act like Corey Holcomb is not the man that he say he is. That's what I believe.
So you heard that part from Corey, and now I'm gonna switch over to what the lead attorney said. Give me 1 second. So we're gonna go here. I think I'm at the right spot, y'all. If I'm not, then y'all we'll know in a minute.
Other attorneys on the bus. When you start besmirching my reputation, now I have to drop the receipts. Now, what did you say again? And who were you going to make an example out of?
You know what I'm saying? If I said it, it's the truth. I got to make an example out of this. I said something against this guy that came up to our show. His name, I'm going to say.
Because we're gonna pull some receipts. We saw that just a few minutes ago. So let's get back on the
lawyer that you hired, the lawyer that you retained. I was telling the truth the whole time. Your attorney said that you cleared the interview. So now, Corey, I hope you understand the full context of the situation, and I hope you understand why I was quiet about it. And I want to say this too. An extra reason that I was quiet about this is because I was on your show. You invited me up there. You took care of my transportation. You gave me excellent accommodations. You treated me amazingly. I had to be a woman beater for the Christina.
Okay, let me kick it off right. lead attorney was trying to explain to him why he didn't come in, or been coming, or hadn't got back with him on the case that he was trying to go, have against the lady that he's taking to court. And this is the lead attorney response to that. I went up too far. So I think he let Corey talk. So let's see what he has to say.
Some of these other YouTubers out here who just talk to talk. I take this very seriously. I take my reputation very seriously. And if you're up on your show calling me a liar, well, we're going to get to the bottom of it. Let me show you something right quick, Corey. Do you know who this gentleman is right here, Corey? This is your attorney. After your live stream where you and him talked about the Christina Payne situation, I hit him up. I said, hey, can you come on my channel? Can I interview you? Honestly, between me and you, I think you're getting a raw deal out of this Christina Payne situation. Should her know? Should she do what she did? For the Christina Payne situation alone, to me, is a stretch. So I hit up your attorney. Your attorney gets back to me. What does he say? Let's look down here. He says, good day, counselor, and great hearing from you. Let me check with Corey and I will follow up with you. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Good attorneys have to check with the clients. Your attorney can't just agree to be on my show without talking to you to appear on my show. He has to clear it with you. Also, let me say that your attorney can't clear this interview with Greg. He can't clear it with Darlene. Both of them are integral parts to your show. They're very important people, but your attorney represents you and you alone. So the only person that can give him permission to talk to me is you. So he says right here, he says, let me check with Corey and I will follow up with you. But Corey, what do you think he responds? What do you think he says to me? Let's scroll down and take a look. He says he's going to check with you. And then a day later, he says, I am cleared to speak with you. That means he checked with you, checked with Corey, and now he's cleared to speak with me. So now, Corey, who is the liar? It's either you or it's either your attorney. This is why I didn't say anything, because I didn't want to embarrass you. I didn't want to have to go and show DMs. Your attorney right here in black and white is saying that you gave me permission to talk to him. He can be on my show. I can interview him, and you were the only person that can give him that permission. This is what it says in black and white, but what are you going on your show and saying?
I did not give him permission to talk to my attorney about nothing. And he said I did. And I believe that he saw that and knows that to be true.
Okay, as far as I can see, both these gentlemen haven't talked. And the only person that has talked to both of them is the attorney that Corey has. So the lead attorney is going to prove that he got in contact with his attorney. So with Corey's attorney. So all I think this is a misunderstanding, and I just wanted to talk about that part right there. It's two brothers who got a misunderstanding. Apparently the attorneys that's handing out this didn't get with the lead attorney or didn't get with Corey to let him know why the lead attorney wasn't talking to him. So hopefully now that the lead attorney put the video out, hopefully we'll see what happened Monday night on what Corey responds to this, if he responds to it. But it ain't my job to get into their situation. I just wanted to show that there was a miscommunication between these two, and hopefully they can work that out. Anyway, let's go to TAMIR Rice's mom's story that happened on the top of the case. Y'all give me 1 minute. All right, let's get started here with this.
Maybe 16. I always tell
Are you
stories, but I haven't been back. I haven't been in the media lately.
and
But you haven't been in the media lately, but too, like when I go to like research you, there's very limited, it's like sound bites online.
Yeah.
No one has ever sat down to really kind of unpack it all with you.
Okay.
They only take to raise awareness. Also, it can be used to rage bait, because a lot of people like to do that just for the views of it all. But instead of understanding what.
See, I wasn't expecting this at my house.
What something like this does to a family.
I didn't even know.
And nobody was hurt.
No.
No threats were made to anybody. No stick-ups. No robberies. It was like, we just see what appears to either be a man or a kid with a gun. Can you come check on it?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
He was not a threat, because if you really look at that video, and I have the extended video, and we always have new evidence, but he was talking to people, because that's the rapid station that walk through the park. So he was talking and playing with people. Going back, then it's the residential living, and then you have the public transportation.
So what he's explaining that he was outside planning, connecting with people out there on the day he got shot. These officers just came up and shot the kid, didn't ask no questions. And a lot of people that called in saying that this was a man with a gun. Remember, the kid was, TAMIR was 5'9" at the time. So he was taller than me, and he was a really young kid. And some of the white supremacy, because black people wouldn't assume that if it was out there in public in the park. But they was looking for a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? So this should have never happened to that young child. But it did, but that's what we're not talking about that. We're talking about the people that was involved in all this, how they let her down. And she's gonna name all those people here in a minute. Let me get to that part. It's more but
so. And being a kid, his sister had just left him for a second, because there was a lot of kids out there playing that day, and they had just went in the rec to get water and use the restroom, and TAMIR just stayed out there by himself that day. Yeah. It was a whole bunch of kids out there that day. Like I said, when we get a new prosecutor, hopefully they'll want to open TAMIR Wright's case, and then I could present my new evidence. Because Timothy Loma never said put your hands up. You could have never said put your hands up with the window still rolled up. With the window still rolled up, how can you do that? And just seeing the video like I did, I know my son was scared when they put it on him. And my daughter was 14 years old. She was the person on the scene. The two police officers did my daughter, and they tackled her and handcuffed her and put her in the back of the car with the guy. Yeah. So
this is pretty much new to us. We didn't know that the sister, because a lot of people was, when this happened, a lot of people thought that she had left her son out there in the park, because everybody was like, where the mom at? But her sister was there. And her sisters with, his sister or her daughter was arrested first before TAMIR was shot. His sister watched the whole thing, according to his mom. Watched her brother get unalived by the police. Like I say, this show was really not about that today, but we're gonna give me 1 second, y'all. Let me stop the show. All right, sorry about that. Zooming. Thank y'all for giving me this. All right, we're still here with Tati K and Miss Shamir talking about her son. I don't want to say her name wrong. Shamir's right now. All right, here we go. Let me get back to it.
I just never thought to sending 2 children out to play, I'm only gonna get 1 back. And then given an ultimatum by Cleveland police when I arrived on the scene to be quiet, relax, or I'm gonna put you back in the police car. That's what was told to me because I was trying to get to my.
Imagine seeing one kid in the police, the other kid shot dead unalive. Imagine that, then you know how they treat you, especially when you're black and you're trying to control your emotions and everything. You know, you can't control your emotions. And they tell you to get back and sit down, you're gonna get this. Complete chaos, you know what I mean? But that's how they treat one of our children alive. Black people now is used to the racism. It comes from white race soldiers who's out there looking to kill black people, looking to unalive. There are so-called racists out there. They are ways looking to harm black people. In these uniform state and city officers. We have some good officers out there, but we also have what I call racists, who looks to harm black people all the time. So just remember that. Okay, let's get back. I want to move it a little forward here.
Now she's an adult, for things can run a little bit smoother. But Cuyahoga County is very crucial. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It's crucial up there. I know we got a lot of states that's similar or cities that's similar, but ain't nothing like Cuyahoga County, Cleveland. I'm gonna be Cleveland. It's the trenches, man. It's like cutthroat. I heard somebody say that the other day. It's like cutthroat in Cleveland, for sure. Cutthroat. It's like crabs in a bucket. You know,
I have a team member that's from Cleveland, and he can't stand it. He said, "I'm never going back. I'm never."
I don't blame him.
There, I can't do it. He said it is, and you could tell like he was raised with some type of trauma, not from his family, but from living in Cleveland.
Really get a chance to do a lot because I'm super busy. Really get a chance to do a lot because I'm super busy, being a mother, a grandmother, a voice in the community, and should be careful and we should be aware. It's not fun at all. And Frank Grandback was the driver. He was the FTO trainer. He was like a senior trainer with Timothy Loman. He's second in command in the police department. He's second in command. That's all I know.
Is it because he didn't pull the trigger?
Yeah, he's second in command in the police department. He didn't really get no ridicule against him. I think he got, a 5-day suspension? Yeah, I think he got that. But
did he draw his weapon?
No, he was the driver. He was the one that drove over the hill, through the swing set, right to my son.
Oh, I saw that.
He was the driver.
I saw that.
Yeah, he was the driver. It was 2 police officers, Timothy Loman and Frank Grandback is his name. And to be honest with you, the brake lights was still on when he shot my son, Timothy Loman. So the whole case is messed up. They never even had a verbal conversation with the grand jury. The prosecutors was allowed to read statements. So TAMIR Rice's case was messed up because of Timothy McGinty. He was the prosecutor at the time, and he did not remain our prosecutor because of the misconduct in TAMIR Rice's case. O'Malley is the prosecutor now. O'Malley promised, his name is Mike O'Malley, he promised to look into TAMIR Rice's case because that's how he got into office. And when I called him after he settled on down and he got on in, I called him and he told me he don't deal with use of force cases anymore. So
he used you to get votes to get in.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I stopped his.
So, family, you see how politicians use stuff like this to get elected. Once they get that, what's in the chip, like TAMIR or any of the other that the Democrat Party use, they get elected, get in the office, and then train black people to elevate themselves in politics. That's correct. Supporting any party that don't have our backs, that don't put us first, and that don't create policy for us and get tangibles that's due to us. You dig what I'm saying? We should stop running and giving away our votes. This is what Jasmine McCarthy doing. This is what anybody that the Democrat Party choose or the Republican Party, they don't just do what they want. Like I say, we need our own black party to make sure we get exactly what's due to us. Exactly what's due to us. Okay? That's why I'm against Democrats and like right now, they are out of office right now, where they have shut down the government again, if y'all didn't know. For the TSA people, the ICE people, you know what I mean? DHS and all that is not getting paid right now due to the fact Democrats can shut down again because they trying to get ICE out of Minnesota. They trying to get in the way of those people, grabbing those child molesters and people like that. And then the people that they do grab, it's just a mistake because they agitating the people, they getting in their way, keeping them from doing the jobs they need to do to get rid of the bad so-called citizens. And you know, they going after them first. I know that's just a way to make their move, but they're supposed to get rid of all of them. You're here and you don't have a green card, or you're here illegally, you ran across the border and got caught, then turn yourself in, get yourself up, and get on back to where you came from. And do it the right way. So now, y'all shut the, you see how much they care about these people? They ain't never shut the government down for black people to get what they need. To get their justice. To get their justice. Have you ever seen them shut the government down? And we are their biggest voting bloc. We should be running the Democrat Party. That should be our party because they get all their little policies done through us, through our pain, through our tears, through our blood. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm against it. That's why I'm against that. That's why I'm against Lex Moore. The other guy, what's his name? I always get on it. But anyway, he's one of the higher up majority of the Democrat Party. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, if he's a Democrat, I'm pretty much against him. Especially if he's not doing anything for Foundation Black people. Now, let's get back to this.
Accountable and saying that y'all should be standing up for this baby as well. And I appreciate that. So that's kind of how I knew about him. But my bestie, Kim, she actually been trying to reach out. They always want to go protest. Once anybody find out he's a police officer, they calling me, do you want to go down there and protest, Miss Rice? I'm like, hold on, let me get some more information first. So yeah, they always calling me to come protest when they find out that he's back trying to be a police officer. I had stopped him already like 5 or 6 times. I wish he stopped.
Why not, I guess, do this in reverse, Timothy Loman, which is maybe be an advocate against wrongful shootings for officers or going around to police departments to educate them? Why do you still want to? You can't be trusted with a gun around anyone.
No.
And to me, that is mind-boggling. I will continue to do that until he flips the script and tries to be honest.
So this same officer that killed or unalived this child is still trying to become a police officer in different states, different cities. This guy has already unalived the child, he's out and trying to become another officer, which we already know he's a race soldier. And he will do harm to children or any other black person he comes across. He just needs that gun and badge. He needs the approval of the state or city to give him that opportunity. And it's a shame that some police officers in cities and states are willing to hire this guy again. To let you know that we are under the system of white supremacy. They let you know that. And they allow this guy who have already unalived the child to become officer in another state or in another city in the USA. Are we really doing our job as citizens, voting for these Democrats to keep harming us, to keep hiring officers that will harm us, keep hiring race soldiers who will harm us? Are we really doing our job? Can we give them our vote? Y'all better quit voting for these dang Democrats and Republicans, like I say, without some type of tangible for black people to receive. Foundation Black Americans to receive. A contract, if you will, that we will get a certain amount of tangible cash payment for our service of being discriminated against, not just that, but being used, being moved, being raped, being killed under the policies of certain states and cities. Through these so-called Democrats and Republican parties. They play a big part of this. Using the government to harm us and make sure we're in certain parts of the city, districts, stuff like that. Once we get on jobs, then now we have to deal with the racism on this job. It happens all the time, no matter where we go. This thing needs to stop. That's why I'm going to do a show about inventions and inventors. That's why a lot of black inventors are not inventing things right now, because we have been under so much pressure of racism, white supremacy. It's everywhere. You got a lot of conservative black people talking about ain't no racism no more. Y'all young folks ain't never been through no racism. They call us new niggas. That's what they call it. Yes, we have been through racism and we are still dealing with it. If that was gone, then we would be much improved now. We would be more elevated now to do certain things. Make sure that none of this is happening. So the first thing is start out your voting, and then you get out here and you get in the streets and advocate, and you get on this YouTube and tell these folks how you really feel as a Foundation Black American. Doing that, you let me know Democrats and Republicans are not the party, not the team. Unless they do business with us, transactional business. So we get tangible. When they get elected, we get tangible. We get crime bills in our favor. We get anti-hate black crime bills in our favor. let's get back into it.
They'll see you, and they'll see many women or just parents in general that look like your children, and when these officers or people get out of line, they will take it serious, so that if he gets held accountable, guess what? The next officer is going to be too quick to do that. And it's sad that it took George Floyd for them to really kick in, because you haven't really heard of anything since George Floyd.
We just heard about the Cyan Macy case, and I was wondering, where is the people speaking about that? And it just appeared. So I don't know. I just wish that we had a fair justice system. That's what I wish. And I wouldn't have to hurt and be in pain all the time, and be fear of my life. At the end of the day, it's about what's right and what's wrong, okay? I'm not looking at no culture or none of that. I'm looking at what's right and wrong. Now, if TAMIR was a white boy, it's possible he could still be alive. But what's going on now in these day and ages, it's just a possibility, because we don't know. We seeing everything unraveling right now. Nobody's safe in America.
I was talking to you about that during our pre-call. I said, it's a dangerous world when white folks are dying for civil rights and nothing is being done about it. And they're making up stories as to how.
What white folks dying for civil rights? Well, you never saw black people go up and fight and antagonize, and we actually go mess with the police to get shot or get killed. And that we protecting civil rights. We never went and agitated the police or agitated anybody in law enforcement so we could get killed, to say we were fighting for something. That's what these people are doing. Those two white people who y'all know are unalive because they started the agitation. I ain't saying they should have been murdered, but I'm saying no black person goes up and starts shit with police officers or anybody in law enforcement. They always screwed up. They always come fool with us. And our defense is justified to fight back, to defend yourself. We never go up starting out with and then try to be a hero after. That ain't never happened. But just heard Dr. K talk like they were some kind of fucking heroes. They're not heroes. They died because they ended up trying to interfere and agitate. Let the people do their darn jobs, get the people out of here, and it'll be a smooth operation. The Democrats is setting these people up to get killed and sacrificed for, and then try to say they're heroes. They're not heroes. That lady in that January 6th thing, they try to call her a hero. That lady was in there causing havoc. And if that black officer who shot her would have allowed her to go further, and they'll tell them what would have happened. Oh, no, we don't agree with that. They're not heroes. Heroes is the black officer that did the job. That's the hero. He saved America. After that, the whole thing shut down. You know what I'm saying? Bloodshed had to come and they shut it down. There's no way I'll be calling those two white people heroes for interfering with police work.
How it was done, or the officer that shot and killed the ICE agent.
So they did these urban cities they do a job on you. I come straight from Cleveland, right out the gutter, broken home, and I just never thought that I would be here today. You know, I thought I been to raise my children like I had planned. I did have a plan for them. I planned everything out, but God had a different plan, and it can happen just like that. I planned everything out for the colleges, from after graduation to their careers. I planned everything out for them, and God just took it, and He showed me He was in.
I think that's a good thing that parents try. Most parents try to plan things out for their kids, or at least make a way for them to have want to do in life to be successful. But I don't think it's, sometimes it is God, in this situation, obviously, God to come make this, but in most situations, kids just do what the hell they want to do in an environment that don't really punish them, don't really give them the consequences like they get with their, mothers. Pretty much don't have the consequences of what trouble they do to the minds of their children. And that's a whole nother topic. We get all deep into that. But even fathers, most of the time, that the government backs a lot of bad behavior by Black women, or by women, period. Mostly Black women. Because as a Black man, you're a lion, and your spouse don't really fear you like that. Because if a Black man do the things he needs to do to set his wife right, or because that's what we're here for. We set women on the right track. So they get out of hand. They tend to go opposite of the way that's right for the family. I mean, just look at some of the single moms, what they do on camera, and knowing they have kids that's gonna watch it later on. They don't really care. They're about self. Like I said, that's the difference. Get into that. So let Miss Rice keep up. Trying to get to the part about
found, contacted, donations.
Yeah, TAMIR Rice Foundation.org.
Okay.
Yep. And we have a PayPal link. You all can donate on there, and just stay posted on our upcoming events on Instagram and Facebook. Is probably where you can reach me at. And then on our website, we also have a contact sheet where people always contacted me to come and do speaking engagements or something like that. So there is a way to contact me. TAMIR Rice Foundation.org shakes up quite a few people in Cleveland, but I'm okay with it because I haven't done anything wrong. Representing for my son and the people, and for the most part, just want to get this building finished. And I don't wish none of this on anybody. You really have to be a chosen one, and it's
healthcare. Mm-hmm. They have their own religion.
Oh yeah.
And you need to be purebred to be a part of it. And so you never hear them. No. But they own everything. And so when we're seeing that, they'll see you, mm-hmm. and they'll see many women or just parents in general that look like your children. And when these officers or people get out of line, they will take it serious, so that if he gets held accountable, guess what? The next officer won't be too quick to do that. And it's sad that it took George Floyd for them to really kick in, because you haven't really heard of anything since George Floyd.
Mm-mm. We just heard about the Cyan Macy case, and I was wondering, where is the people speaking about that? And it just appeared. So I don't know. I just wish that We had a fair justice system. That's what I wish. And I wouldn't have to hurt and be in pain all the time, and be fear of my life. At the end of the day, it's about what's right and what's wrong, okay? I'm not looking at no culture or none of that. I'm looking at what's right and wrong. Now, if Tamir was a white boy, it's possible he could still be alive. But what's going on now in these day and ages, it's unraveling right now. You know, nobody's safe in America.
I was talking to you about
Nobody's safe here.
I'm trying to get her what she talked about out talking being Crump and all these other back in a while back. Before you had Kevin, probably had some Mika Mouth. You know what I'm saying? And she was just talking about how all those people, even the Black Lives Matter people, wasn't right with her. Something set right with her about them. They used her son to do things to get money and movements done that went against black people. See, that's what I'm talking about. These Democrats get in these positions, use these black women and their child's unaliving or their brother unaliving or any black foundation black person unaliving to create movement to go against black people, foundation black America. That's what I was trying to get to. I hadn't got to it, and this show's been running over for it to finish right now. So I just want to say thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. I'll be doing another show later today, tonight. And if you're a business person, come on and talk about your business with me. Okay? I love to see black doing great in business and all that, sharing that with the black family so we can grow and inspire each other to do better. And if we're doing better, then our children will see us doing better. And the community will end up. So thank y'all for joining me.